I'm going to be scrapbooking my little puppy dog's surgery. So this was a big ordeal in our house, so I wanted it documented, and it has a happy ending too. What I've got here, I've just been gathering supplies that I think would work. Now it's funny because pink ended up being the dominant color. I looked at this sketch and I drew the sketch out myself, and then I basically disregarded most of the layers of the sketch. And guys, that's totally fine. A sketch can be a starting point where you look at it and use parts of it and then drop the rest. Anyhow, what you see here is the pieces I've got that I got together before turning on the camera and going to videotape. I've got my journaling already done because the story obviously is going to be lengthy. I've got pieces and colors, and I see that dark blue I decided I didn't like. This pink with the brown and then this little bit of puppy paw paper I do like. So those are going to stay. And then what I'm going to do is, because I've kind of worked out how I like the layers, and what I kept doing is tucking pieces of layers under other pieces of layers until I like it. And then once I like all the pieces I have, I go ahead and glue everybody down. And what this does for me is, if I have pieces that I don't end up using, I'll just set them to the side. I'll make cards with them. I'll use them on another scrapbook page, whatever it might be. But when I'm working with a lot of layers of pattern paper, I really do need to have a moment with them and look at them and say, yes, I like this. No, I don't like this. And as I said before, I started with a sketch and then completely disregarded it because I decided to go my own direction and I didn't want a lot of the pieces that the sketch had. That's always okay to do. Whether you're scrap lifting or using a sketch, it's supposed to just be a starting point for you to then do whatever you want, whether that is exactly copy or not copy at all. So I'm just gluing all my paper layers down because two reasons. Number one, I already know I want to stitch on this page. Because why? Because it's about a surgery, and he had a zipper of stitches from it was like 6 or 7 inches long. It went, all the way up his belly over into his ribs. It was enormous. So stitching just feels like a must and a themed element for this page. What I'm doing right now is just putting my stickers down for my title. And these are very old stickers. And let me note that this is an Easter themed sticker set. Just because something is not your theme does not mean it won't work. Take a look around and see, what do you have? This was the perfect shade of kind of a darker pink that would pop, and I'm drawing around my letters with my pen. So when this is done though, once I've got this title down, we have our title, our pictures, and our journaling. We have our completed page. I don't need to do anything else if I don't want to. And I mention that because a lot of times with my scrapbook, I'll look at it and go, yeah, you know what? I'm done. I'm good here, and move along. And that's totally fine. In this case, though, I do have a couple of embellishment ideas that I want to get into, and of course I will. Not a lot, just a few little details. So let me start telling you, when I sew on my pages, I just set the stitch to around a 4. It's up to you exactly how big or small you do. And then I just go. I don't do anything special. I don't backstitch. And then I'm just testing out here if I wanted more layers, and I don't. Sometimes that's the answer. Sometimes less is more. So anyway, back onto the sewing machine. After I've got my thing set up and everything, I just put my page in there, and I just make sure I'm not stitching over any liquid adhesive or anything goopy. And I put the foot down and sew as though I'm sewing on fabric. And after that's all done, and you've gone around however many times you want to go, then what I'll do is take a liquid adhesive and just put a dot of liquid adhesive on any of the ends of my stitching. And what this will do is seal it up so that it can't unravel, and just add a little extra support. I like doing this. I know some people like putting washi tape on the back side of the stitches to do effectively the same thing. PPA is a clear archival adhesive, so it's going to not harm any of my pages. It's going to only help. So I like to do that. And then, of course, I have some embellishments, and the Wild at Heart seemed great since he obviously had a really wild play session while we were at Target. We were only gone for 20 minutes. We know when he had to have done it. And yes, he swallowed an entire rope toy. And when they did the x-rays and everything, they weren't sure what the heck was in there. How did he do it? Nobody really knows, but it certainly was a wild experience. And I've added on 2 little puppy stickers, or I guess they're enamel stickers. But anyway, 2 little stickers, and at this point, I'm looking at this, I could add more, but guess what? I don't want to. I'm really happy with how this page turned out. I'm really happy with all the detail and contrast that the black stitching added, and I'm good. And I hope you've enjoyed this look. Be sure to check out my Facebook page and Instagram and everything for more details about this page, and also how you can be participating in Camp Scrap, my current online crafty event. I'll see you next time.